Welcome to the Rip 28 podcast. This is the Rip 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we keep on talking about them on the Rip 28 podcast. Forget it, man. I'm not your humble host, man. I'm a pretty cool, smart, fun, sexy ass dude. Sly Williams, joined by the rest of these guys. What's going on, fellas?
What up?
I don't know what to say about that one.
Sometimes you gotta let the truth get out, man. You gotta let the world know.
I think the low-key computer, the internet was trying to tell you something with all the glitching it was doing. Like, hey, this ain't right. We need to take his picture off of here. So
hey, like in basketball, when they call a foul, they said the ball line when they missed that free throw.
Whatever, man.
It's screen on live.
I got too much sexiness going on. That's me. That is me. Well, as always, we start off with the president. What's going on, El Presidente?
Hey, not much, man. Hey, nice Sunday, rainy day today, but good day as always to get up with my guys, you know what I mean? So we're going to talk like we talk and have some fun.
And then we got your favorite teacher. What's going on, El Beezy?
What it do is Beezy the GOAT, man, a.k.a. your favorite teacher's favorite teacher. But, man, we here once again, man, and ready to kick it, baby, on this good Sunday here. Good to see my boy Jay Weezy in the building.
Speaking of Jay Weezy, we got the original Dr. J. What's going on, Doc?
It's good. Yeah, good to be back on the podcast a little bit, making a cameo today on this rainy Sunday. Good Sunday though. But
yes, sir.
I tell you, man, was it Juwan used to be here every week, man. Juwan done moved up, brought him a $500,000 house, man. He out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. $3/4 billion house. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna cheat you out there that extra $250,000 on that house. You know
look,
what I'm saying?
I wish I could afford something like that, but you know.
Hey, you make sure he had that scalp greased up for the show and everything.
y'all get my boy Dr. J, man. Slide talking like that, man. He done got my man hit. You know, people hear that, oh, he got that money. Let me find out where he live. Can't be setting my man up like that, Sly.
You got that double wide trailer, you know.
Due to a previous broadcast, we know he ain't gonna be much help stopping him. Is his daddy-in-law? His daddy-in-law gonna come down and lay down the law.
I figure we'll come back to that, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh,
hey,
well.
At least he got your back, man.
Y'all roll up, y'all find out. That's all
Hey, I heard that.
Hey, man, I'm on your side, Juwan. I'm with you.
Man.
Dang. Man, shots fired, man. Shots fired on the show.
Lot going on, man. We won't jump into a lot of this stuff, man. We're gonna jump into a lot of this stuff. But man, what you sipping on? You got that red cup over there, Chan. What you sipping on over there, man?
Oh man, you know, I got a little whiskey and Dos Equis. You know, I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis.
I hear you, man. You know me, I tried something new, man. I got a bunch of cans of seltzer water. So I didn't know what to do with the seltzer water. So I got a tequila soda. So this is Patron and seltzer water together. So, yeah, all right, you know what?
You got to throw a little lime juice in there, man.
Well, that's what I was supposed to cut up a lime. I had limes in the refrigerator and I forgot to cut them up and put them in there. But oh well. You sipping on something, JK?
Just some water. I just came from the gym.
Oh,
You got some ginger root and ginger root.
No, but water. H2O, baby.
Oh,
gotta hydrate.
What about you, Bron? I know it's a moment of silence, a moment of sadness for you with the Bills Mafia, but what you sipping on?
It's all good, my boy. I ain't drinking nothing but a little Tropicana. A little Minute Maid Tropical Punch.
Oh, okay. I see. Hey, man, it's a whole lot going on out there in the world. Shout out to you, Terrell. Talking about I'm drinking White Claw. I hear you. I see you out there. So, you know, I've never had White Claw before.
Yeah, he got his pinky up.
You know, that's
he drinking like this right here.
I do. Now I got a crooked pinky, man. You know that.
I'm talking about the White Claw drinker.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yeah, crooked pinky, man. I come from incident with a big girl one night. You know, stuck, got caught up, got caught up in a roll. But you know,
Dang, brother.
stuff
hey,
happen. Stuff happen, man. Hey, man, a lot going on out there in the world, man. I don't know, man. You know, we got a listener letter, but we got people on here, man, talking about Ed Reed, talk about Ed Reed. Jay Lillard said talk about Ed Reed. So we got to give the people what they want, man. Give the people what they want. They want to know
give the
about.
people what they want.
They want to know how we feel about Ed, man. We talked about him last week. You know, we was taking money on how long would Ed Reed last? How long would he last at Bethune? That man ain't even make it through January, bro. They done depending on who you ask, he either quit or they ran him off, man. Did he quit or did they run him off?
It sounded like they ran him off. I listened to his little speech afterwards, and he was like, y'all know I wouldn't do it like that. You know, I was just here yesterday, you know, recruiting and doing A, B, and C. And so I think they ran him off. But was it for good reason? What do y'all think about that?
Well, I mean, go ahead, bro.
I feel like they never gave him a chance, man. I think once he spoke his mind, I think they were done with him, man. They didn't really want a lot of things exposed that he was really talking about, in my opinion.
You know, sometimes, man, the truth hurt, man. Sometimes the truth hurt. And the thing is with Ed Reed, man, I wish I could pull up what Roland Martin said. Roland Martin was on top of it. What he said, he was like, all that stuff that Ed Reed saying, yes, it was bad. Yes, it sounded bad. Sounded real bad, but was it a lie? And that's the
Right.
thing.
That's the thing. We got to
Yeah.
operate in truth, man. We can't
Right,
operate
so-
behind the scenes and call it what it's not. We got to normalize being able to tell the truth without somebody saying you bashing somebody or some type of hate. It's the truth. I mean, it is what it is. It was trash. They didn't even have a practice field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't. I don't know. I work in corporate America, and sometimes you can't get out there and, like, if I'm on a meeting, I can't just get out there and say this. Sometimes I got to
True.
pull people to the side and be like, "Hey, look, this is the situation we have, and we need to get this stuff corrected, right?" And then if they don't move it and get it done, then yeah. So now you got to put them on blast when it's out and open. So you wonder if he went through that avenue and it was like, okay, well, I'm just put it on blast and maybe things
He
change.
did. Somebody went and said that Ed Reed was doing something. I don't know what they said, but he was responding to them. And what he was saying was, how you going to say that about me when I didn't put in the work? I didn't start clearing the land. I done had my players here picking up the trash. You telling me you want me to operate with a field house that's full of trash and newspaper?
Um,
And
You gotta
I
think
just
about
think,
your
I
situation.
agree with you though, Jawan, that it's a certain way you and steps you need to take before going that route. It's a certain way to handle certain things.
So you got to think about his situation though. It ain't like one of us coming in. We got the Bethune-Cookman job. You know what I'm saying? He been in the league. He got cheese. He been to the so-called mountaintop. You know what I'm saying? So he feel like he should have some type of level of respect when he say some things.
well,
You just
well,
found out that ain't the case.
well, somebody brought up a real good point, man. I think Jay brought it up. Jay said that Ed Reed was following a blueprint that Dion wrote, and he ain't Dion. He ain't Coach Prime.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is, man, he wanted to come in and kind of make change like Dion made change, but Dion is a once in a lifetime person. He is a once in a lifetime personality. He is the only person who could have done what he did at Jackson State. There's no other player alive who has the charm, you know what I'm saying, the personality to pull off what he pulled off. Ed Reed don't have the personality to say, and that showed by that rant that he put out there. He don't have the personality to do what Dion did. Dion probably had them same problems at Jackson State, and he probably said the same things that Ed Reed was saying when he first got there, but he didn't say I'm like Ed Reed. Dion didn't cuss. Dion ain't go out and belittle the people who was already there. You know what I'm saying? What up, Toy? We see you see you out there. You know, Dion ain't go out and belittle
Troy,
the people that was there. And
right?
that's the difference. You know, you trying to follow a Dion blueprint when you not Dion. You know,
But
you can't do it.
Ed Reed, is he Hall of Fame yet?
Yeah, Ed
Yeah,
Reed
he
Hall of
Hall of
Fame.
Fame,
First ballot.
but it's a different Hall of Fame. But Dion is a character that I don't know. I guess when you hear Prime, you
Yeah.
know what's coming, and he gets a little more respect. But I
Mhm.
would say that when you go to these certain schools, you do know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I'm
that's
saying?
you knew
So
what
you
was
have
out
to
there.
take, yeah, exactly. You have to take the good with the bad when you sign up for it. That's like, me as a coach. Certain schools, I know you're not gonna have certain things, certain resources are not there. So there's no need to go and, like you say, belittle the people, you know what I'm saying, or the situation. And a good point was made by Jay. He said Prime is all about marketing, good marketing at that. And that's true. Look how he marketed himself and the things he was able to do, man. And I think Ed Reed could have done that had he handled things differently.
You got to know who you are and what your status is in this life. You know what I mean? So he could have said all that stuff, 3 games into the season or something like that. And it probably would have resonated. They ain't gonna fire you 3 games into the season, especially if you done won all 3 of them or something like that. It's like, all right, let me get established first and then do my work. You know what I mean? But like I said, he feels shit. I'm Hall of Fame too. Hey, they should respect me the same way. So
Nope. It's levels of this.
it's a learning experience.
They not,
I don't think
especially
he'll never get a chance again, though.
Oh, he'll never get a chance to coach again. He'll
No,
never
not a
get a chance.
head coach. He'll have to go back. He's gonna have to go back to either he'll be pigeonholed at Miami or going to the pros. Only people
It's-
that's gonna
Nah,
accept
he
that
gonna
bullshit.
coach high school.
He
but
definitely ain't going to high school.
but yeah, if he don't like what he see at at BCC, he definitely ain't gonna do what he want to do in no high school. But the thing is, man, and I keep going back to this. Man. You not Dion. You not Dion, and let's talk about Ed Reed as a player and what you knew about Ed Reed, before this year. You knew Ed Reed was probably the greatest safety, arguably probably the greatest safety to ever play this game. But during his
Yeah.
playing career, did you ever hear anybody say Ed Reed's a charismatic guy? Ed Reed has a lot of commercials. He's advertising. He's marketing savvy. You don't hear those things that you heard about Dion. Ed Reed ain't had no nickname. You know what I'm saying? He ain't Prime. And I'm not talking about Ed Reed, the coach, because I don't know if he can coach. I don't know if he can coach. He knows his X and O's. You would think being a great safety, you the leader of the defense back there playing safety. So you got to know schemes.
That's right.
You got to know all that stuff. His
Can't
football
lead you
knowledge,
fools.
his football knowledge will never be questioned by me. But
No,
it's them interpersonal skills, man. It's
that's
the
it.
when you're a head coach, you're not about X's and O's. That's all you're about, man. You're a CEO of a company.
Yeah.
You CEO of a company. You run it. You got to shake hands and kiss babies when you the head coach of the company. You can't have the head coach over here cussing like he on in public. You get now he gonna cuss on the practice field and on the sideline, but you can't be in public cussing. Like you on the corner talking how you would normally talk. It don't work like that, man.
And
It
you did
don't.
it on social media, one of the world's
Yes.
biggest platform. And the thing about, like you keep saying, is it's about the charisma of Prime.
Mhm.
Prime might have even been able to get away with that.
Yeah.
And they would have chalked it up to, man, he's passionate about what he's doing. But it's all about how you carry it, man. And I think Ed kind of hurt himself and hurt his chances and opportunities, man, with just that one thing. And he's spent a lifetime, building his reputation.
Yeah. And I don't think it's gonna happen for him again, man. But
No,
Bethune-Cookman had a lot of problems, man. They had a lot of problems, and it's a lot of shit a lot of people don't know about. I think last year, Bethune-Cookman, their last coaching staff before this, because the coaching staff they got in this year was a brand new staff. What they ended up doing, they ended up furloughing the coaching staff last year from December all the way to June, all the way to June or July. I want to say June or July. The coaching
Dang.
staff wasn't getting paid. They ain't have no spring practice last year. They ain't have nothing. You know, they ain't had no weight program, all that stuff, because the school wasn't paying them. So they furloughed the coaching staff, and now
Yeah,
you get the coaching staff in here in July and say, all right, start your football program, get your football program back up.
but
in
with
a- in
any
a month.
job, don't you go in and you visit and you should see all this stuff, right? You should research
Yeah.
Well,
school
here's-
and know what
here's-
situation you get yourself into, right? It's
Yes,
like
sir.
you accept the job and then you get to the job, you're like, oh, well, I didn't know all this was happening. Some
I
stuff
had
you
no
might not
knowledge.
know, right? But a lot of that stuff you should know, right? That's
Well, did you
open
talk to
knowledge.
any of the players?
Yeah.
What his thing was,
You know what I'm saying?
his thing was that he saw all of this stuff and he was told that this stuff would be corrected. He was saying, because I think the main thing he was griping about was trash. The main thing he was talking about was trash. He's saying, you know, his office wasn't cleaned out. You know, the buildings, they had buildings on campus that was trash. It was trash around the school or whatever. And that's what his thing was. He was like, I know we behind the 8 ball on certain stuff, but he said the least we can do is clean the place up.
Oh no, he was saying that it was some buildings that supposed to be there for classroom and stuff like that. But you go inside there, it's all filled with cluttered up excess stuff inside the buildings. Like they ain't even using the buildings to teach or whatever.
And you find that though, you know, it's on certain campuses, man. And I hate to say it, but certain HBCU campuses, they have buildings that were maybe out of date or out of code or some reason, but the buildings end up just being used for storage.
And that's like opposite of us, because like he went to Miami, right? So they had probably the best of everything.
Yeah.
And when you come down and see that, you like, man, what the hell going on? Us, we were just talking about it earlier, how we really wasn't prepared to go to college. Like all these other high schools was already running college stuff. when they went to college, they knew what to do. We was like, what's a power clean? What's this? What's cover four? What's you know what I'm saying? So him seeing that in hindsight is like, this ain't right, and he felt some type of way about it. So he was like really, really pissed off about it because he used to top notch, and that ain't what it was at Bethune-Cookman apparently. So I mean, he gonna have some way to feel about it.
Yeah, that's true too. Hey, Jay Little made a good point. He said he didn't even have a contract. So essentially he was a volunteer. He didn't even have a contract yet. And he was trying to get them to give him a contract. So he didn't even have the job. He cleaned it up for the next coach.
And them schools take advantage because they like, oh, he NFL player, he rich. We can play the slow game on him. You know what I mean? But they ain't how business work, man. If you got a coach, you pay that man his money, get it going so he can get to work. You know what I mean? But it seemed like that ain't how it went.
Yep, I guess that's what it is, man. I guess that's what it is. Sometimes you want things to go your way that it don't go your way. Speaking of wanting things to go your way that don't go your way, guess who back in the news? Our favorite track star who like to smoke a little bit of herb. Sha'Carri Richardson back in the news, man. This time she was kicked off an American Airlines flight. She was kicked off an American Airlines flight because she did not she did not put her phone in airplane mode, man. And when nobody get kicked off a flight and just take the walk gracefully. Everybody who get kicked off a flight always got to talk some shit when they going off the flight. Because there's one thing about flying. You cannot win when you go against these airline stewardess and these airline personnel. You can't win. When they want to put you off a flight, you might as well just shut up and get off, or just shut up before they get to putting you off. because once they put you off, man, they can put you on the no-fly list, and your ass can't fly never.
My question is, how did they know she went on airplane mode? Like, I done been on plane flights. I ain't putting my phone on airplane mode. Like, they ain't coming to let me see your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what happened prior to that?
She probably still talking on the phone, was she?
Probably so. And
Yep.
and this and we nobody knows for sure
You can't
because
talk on the phones once you get up in the air.
but no, this was doing the pre-flight stuff. And what happens, the only recording that's out there is the recording that she made. And she made the recording, and this the thing. She made the recording and she made herself look bad in recording because she's sitting out there talking about, I'm a superstar. You are a regular person. I'm a superstar. And then and she was trying to get some people on the flight to kind of be a peanut gallery and kind of agree with her. And then one dude was like, man, just shut the fuck up so we can leave.
Yeah.
Somebody
We
like
trying to
you,
go.
I'm gonna miss my connecting flight because of you. And when they finally put her off, the plane
They
started
clap.
clapping. They
Man,
started clapping.
man, you got these so-called superstars got to stop looking for preferential treatment, man. Everybody paid their money just like you, whether they're a superstar or whether they got that Jawan money, that loan money. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Once I pay for my flight, I'm trying to get there on time. If they say I'm supposed to leave at 10:05, let's leave at 10:05 or 10:00. I'm not sitting up here with Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm not
Yeah,
sitting up
but
here with her with this BS, man.
a lot of these cats think they're superstars, even if you in the NFL or no matter what league you're a superstar. You're a superstar like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Those are superstars, right? Now, if you got like somebody like I don't know, even Kyrie Irving, people will say he's a superstar, but I don't think he's a superstar. And so if he was doing that foolishness on the flight, they'll kick him off too.
Now here go my thing. If you're a superstar, you flying private anyway, so it really don't matter.
That's true
if
too.
if
Yeah,
you're a
you got a point.
superstar,
If you're a mega stars do that. Superstar, you can be a superstar and kind of like Kyrie. I think he's a superstar, but when you get to LeBron James and Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and all these guys, those are mega stars because they're reached all across the world.
now Toy said, why fight what's been a rule forever? I totally agree with that shit. You're supposed to be in airplane mode. You're supposed to be in airplane mode. And this is my guess, and this is only my guess. I don't got no proof. This is what I believe what happened according to all the reports. Now, the flight she was probably in first class. I'm gonna give her that. She was probably in first class. And if she's in first class, the flight attendant was probably somewhere close to her when the flight attendant was going through his spiel and saying, put your phone up and all this type of stuff. Now, if I'm close to you and I see you're still on your phone while I'm going through my spiel, he said, put your phone in airplane mode, put it in airplane mode. And then he told her, let me see. The flight attendant did say, let me see your phone. And this is according to Sha'Carri Richardson. This is what she said. The flight attendant said, let me see your phone. And then when she didn't let him see her phone, that's when she started recording him. She started recording him and recording the incident. And then that's when he was like, it's time for you to get on about it.
People got to stop thinking they better than other people, I mean, okay, you can run fast. Congratulations.
You know what?
You got to do what everybody else do.
And for the light-skinned Q out there, Mr. Bright, man, you and Chance, y'all could be the cause of a plane going down, man. They say put your phone in airplane mode. Put it in airplane mode, man. Quit trying to be hardcore, both of y'all, man. Hey, man.
Trying to play my Candy Crush and stuff.
Man, you can play Candy Crush in airplane mode, man. You don't know what if airplane mode is what's keeping the plane in the air, man? What if you get a call and we up in the air and that short out something on the plane, man?
How you gonna feel then? How you gonna feel, Chance?
Hey, it didn't happen, so
you done kill everybody on the flight because you wanna play Candy Crush.
Like Toy said, stop fighting the rule that's been there, man. Cut it out. Cut it out, man. You're in light-skinned Q, cut it out.
I'm telling you, man. I don't trust them light-skinned Qs, man. They Q too hard. Them light-skinned Qs just Q too hard. Hey, shut up.
We on the same page, bro. We on the same page.
Stacey talking about that's not how technology works. How do you know? How do you know?
All I
How
know
do-
is ain't no Wi-Fi once you get up in the sky. So
It is Wi-Fi. They got Wi-Fi's on planes.
I mean, yeah, on the plane, but you can't use Wi-Fi if you're in airplane mode. Like she must have been on Frontier, one of them cheap old flights right there.
No, she
Nah,
was on
she said she was
American
on
Airlines.
American. It was American.
Oh, you know, American got all the issues, man. They be beating folks up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
American don't play. American throw your ass off the plane. If you look at all the people that have been thrown off flights, American always lead.
Mhm.
They always lead kicking somebody off a flight. So
That's
hey,
is that who got Odell?
I think he was on American too. He was on American too. You know, I fly Delta, man. I fly Delta and Frontier.
Yeah, so like you said, talking about Odell, you know, he had the same situation. Dude got kicked out of the plane, he was asleep and didn't put a seatbelt on.
They
And
couldn't
then
wake
got
him
into
up.
all this.
They couldn't wake him up, man. They say he was unconscious.
Yeah, hey man, hey, it is what it is, man. And the brother, he fell asleep on the plane, and I think his thing was that, like you say, he was knocked out. They couldn't wake him up, and so when they couldn't wake him up,
He
and
got nervous.
by the time he finally does wake up, they like, well, you got to get off.
You got to come on here.
And then he got to be like, I'm Odell. God
At
damn
that
it.
point, you would think they would just strap the man up in the seatbelt.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But then
Well, that's the thing. They don't know if he's asleep or he dead or what. I guess they figure he wasn't dead.
Dead,
But
yeah.
they don't know what's wrong with him.
hey,
I
but
tell you what, after them people done wasted all that time, somebody getting kicked off of them.
Uh-huh.
Them people not wasting their time to come on, wake you up and wait. They getting you off of there. Come on, Mr. Beckham. Mr. One Hand Grab. Come on out of here.
But Odell did have a great point. Why you gotta wear a seatbelt on the airplane? What that gonna do to you?
Well, no, that for your safety. I'm gonna be real, because I don't know if you ever been on a plane where you hit an air pocket. Man, I pray you don't never do that, dog. That's the scariest, boy. You talk about get your asshole tight, dog. You hit an air pocket and that plane just drop like that.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, okay, you put a seatbelt on, the airplane crashes. That seatbelt saving you. Is that
I think that they're not talking about crashing. Obviously, if the airplane crashed, that seatbelt not gonna save. But you can still get injured if you hit some turbulence or something like that, and you can, So
And if that
that's what
plane taking off, the plane taking off, or more or less landing, even landing. Let's say if it's landing and you get a rough landing coming in and you hit that ground and boom, 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 bounce up or whatever, it's a rough landing. You don't have that seatbelt on, you might get thrown out the seat. You see what I'm saying, man? The seatbelt there for a reason, man. See, you one of them niggas don't wear a seatbelt in the car, is you?
I wear a seatbelt every time in the car, because I'm in the car. When I'm on the airplane, why
Man, ain't no seatbelt fitting cross chain. Stop lying.
whatever. Dang, bro. Hey,
I'm messing with you, man. But Chance, you gotta follow the rules, man.
I do. But I'm
I'm
saying,
just telling you, but you can't be sitting up here arguing, because then it make it look like you ain't a rule follower, Chance.
I follow the rules. I'm just saying
All
that
right, now.
he has a point.
You don't got no point. Put the phone in airplane mode, man.
Put the
Man,
seatbelt
Right. Toy Ross just told you there were injuries from an international flight recently. Many were injured. Just scrap up.
So they
Listen,
didn't have their
man.
seatbelt on.
I'm guessing not, Chance.
So, but they didn't kick them off the plane.
Well, if you hitting switches like Soul Plane, like Tito said, you might fall out.
They didn't kick them off the plane, but they gonna kick Odell off the plane.
Chance,
Man, I don't know, man.
see, I ain't a
Chance.
believer in Chance don't believe in strapping up. Chance was a young man, long time ago before he got married. He couldn't even spell condom. So I know you don't believe in strapping up. You don't believe in safety.
Hey, he couldn't
don't
spell
believe it.
condom, but he can spell itch. I'm just joking, y'all. I'm just joking.
Hey,
I'm just joking. It was Sly that was itching.
No comments for what y'all talking.
It was Sly that was itching. It wasn't Chance.
Hey man.
He tried to say it was Jock rash, but we later found out.
You know what? We need a follow up on that lady who wrote us last week though about getting her husband to shave. Getting her husband to shave.
Yeah, if you out there, we know you listening. So go ahead and write back to us and let us know, man. We need a part 2.
Yeah, man. Hit
This
us
is
with,
part 2 of them confessions.
yeah, we need to know how that turned out. Did he ever get to shave his balls for you? Get
No,
that
the
nap.
question you want to know is, did he still get the head? Because she said she wasn't gonna do it unless
Oh
he.
yeah, they sitting there talking about don't do. Hey, you play around with that. Don't give him no coochie. Now you don't follow that advice, because he gonna go and find some pussy
Hey,
some way.
man,
He
my
gonna find
cousin is crazy.
what he talking about,
Keto
condoms are
crazy.
for
Talking
suckers.
about scrap up. Condoms are for suckers. Come on,
uh,
Tito. Come on,
T-
Tito. Damn.
Tito,
And sit down there.
team, Tito a part of team pullout.
Hey,
Boy.
hey, don't listen to these guys. They have no insight to my sex life.
Hey
Especially,
man, hey man, I'm talking about long time, long
y'all,
time.
Hey, Shane, well, we know about 3 times you didn't.
I was always safe. I'm a safe guy.
Hey, Nezzy, we know at least 3 times you didn't.
Yeah, we know at least 3 times.
That was on purpose.
yeah. We go, because the kids watching. We gonna say yeah, it was on
All
purpose.
3 was on purpose. All 3.
Hey,
We
all
go
right, now get on your best behavior. Here go S commas. What up, S commas?
S commas in the comments. Okay. Well, you know what, man? You know what? We talking about kids, man. We talking about kids. We need to jump in. What S commas over there talking about?
Man, I'm talking about Tito. When you enter raw, you feel the AIDS tickle your spine.
Hey, man. Long as it tickling, don't latch on.
Oh man, y'all crazy, y'all
Man, but
boys.
check this, man. One thing we do on the Rip 28 podcast, man, we talk to people, man. We get people write into us, people listen to us, they do all type of things because we're everywhere, Brian. Brian, we're everywhere. Everywhere you check out a podcast, we are there. So we done picked up a lot of fans, a lot of people watch. Man, where can they find us, Brian? Where we at?
Podbay, YouTube, Facebook,
Ankle.
Instagram, Anchor, Podbay. Anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find the Rip 28 podcast along with Jawan's shiny head.
Man, I'm telling you. And also, go ahead, Chad.
I was saying iTunes, all that stuff, and everything. You
Man,
know,
people,
y'all with them Android phones, you know, it's a little harder to find. I'll switch to iPhone. Make it easy.
Droid. They got one of your favorite commenters and watchers, like Aaron.
Ron is here. Oh, Lord.
Aaron is in the building. What up, Aaron?
What he talking about, man?
So just wait. Just hold on. Give it a second.
Oh Lord. But check this, man.
Him on the show one day.
I tell him we gotta get him on, man. He got the invite whenever he ready to get on. Whenever he ready to get on, man.
He
Aaron
can't hear that good. He got them little ears.
he got them little baby ears.
Hey, Stacey, ain't nobody gonna argue with you about your droid. We know you got Google Podcast apps. We on Google Podcast too, so you can find us there, Stacey. What's good, Aaron?
He can't hear you.
His ears closed up.
Big bro. Yeah.
man, but check this, man. We got, like I say, man, we got a lot going on. People can get in touch with us. You know, people can email us. You can email us at rip28podcast@gmail, rip28podcast@gmail. You email us and you can ask us a question. We're gonna pull up one, man. Somebody just hit us up. Well, not just hit us up, but they hit us up this week. And they had a question. And what we want to do, man, we help the people out, man. You got a question, we help you out. And here we go. You want to read this? I got it.
I can read it. Go ahead.
All right.
No,
well, go ahead, Mr. President.
You know,
Chance can't read.
I got my 5th grade education.
It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna let him go.
Shaquille O'Neal's son can't read. What are you talking about?
So it's supposed to say, "What up?" Rip 28, but it say what, Rip 28? I have a dilemma. Stepsister has a 2-year-old that she is in danger of losing. She is 20 and just an immature bad parent. She has left the child at home alone more than once to go out for a little bit. My dad and his wife are in their 60s and they're too old to raise a child. But they want me and my wife to step in and get the child because my stepsister is eventually going to lose them to DSS. My wife and I already have a 7-year-old, and that's the only child we want. We made sure that I got a vasectomy after our child was born. We aren't rich. But we live a comfortable life. Our income affords is that lifestyle with one child, not two. I don't think that we should have to take care of this child. I know it sounds rough, but that's how I feel about it. Hell, the kid ain't even really my blood anyway. My dad's wife is the lady he cheated on with my mom with, and my stepsister just came along when he left. I'm 10 years older than her, so it's not like we were raised together. I didn't meet her till I was in high school. Am I wrong?
Dog, tell her how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel, man. Is this guy wrong? Is he wrong for not wanting to raise his step nephew or niece or whatever?
No, he ain't wrong, man. What's wrong with it? Hey, that ain't his kid. They ain't even his real. They ain't even his real niece, nephew, whatever. Like, come on now. I mean, it's some good people out the kindness of their heart that will do that, but it ain't your responsibility to do that.
This mug just said Chance sound like he read with his finger.
With my finger. I had to move the little screen out the way because some of the words weren't showing on the screen.
Oh Lord!
You want me to read it again? Who is that?
Hey, Ron.
We don't have that much time for you to read this again.
Hey, Aaron, I know you can't hear that good. I'm sorry.
We don't have no time. But yeah, man. Once again, man, trying to figure out, is this guy right or is he wrong for the way he feels? Is he right? Is he wrong for the way he feels about raising his step? I don't know if it's a niece, nephew, or whatever. Step niece or nephew.
He said the child, I think.
Yeah, just said the child, so it didn't say a boy or a girl. Shamon Harold, Shaman. What up, Shaman? Shaman bring up a good point. Where's the child's father? Apparently daddy ain't nowhere in the scene. But yeah, man, if they 10 years apart, man, this dude so he's a 30-year-old person. He met her when he was in high school. So let's just say he was 15 years old in high school. She was 5. You know, she was a little kid. So boom, he met her. He got out the house in probably the next 3-4 years. So he was probably only around her, you know, and maybe he probably had joint custody with the dad. His mom and dad probably had joint custody. So he probably only around her half the time for about 4 years, probably at the most. So, you know, they probably ain't that tight. And then if you the child that your you know, you the lady that your mama, the home wrecker child, you the home wrecker child. So I'm pretty sure their relationship ain't that tight. Mm-hmm. So the thing was apparently the mother is unfit and she about to lose the baby. So I understand why he has no emotional connection to the kid, but I just can't really co-sign on sending somebody to DSS, sending a kid to child service.
Hold on, whoa.
He said
his income is set up for one child, not two. So they took the proper channels to not have 2 kids because he knew he couldn't afford it.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'm not gonna lie.
Why is he being punished or having to work extra because somebody else don't want to do their job that's capable of doing it?
I mean,
DSS.
Everything, he ain't sending the DSS.
Everything you saying is right. Everything you saying is 100% right. But it just, I don't know, man. You know, that child.
Tito said it right. Tito said them kids and her.
Hey, you can talk to her and try to school her up to make her be a better parent.
Maybe helping out is the best way, not taking full custody. Yeah. Maybe helping out, trying to give her guidance and trying to help the young man or young lady out, the niece, or nephew or whatever it may be. But taking on that full responsibility, that's tough, man. And I don't think that they should have to do it only if they wanted to or have the financial resources to do that.
But as I read real slowly in the letter, that was the lady that his daddy cheated on with his mama.
Right.
He ain't want nothing to do with that.
Right. So
yeah, but I think either way, it just depends. Like Sly said, it depends on the person, right? He got all the reason not to adopt that kid, right? But it just depends on the person's heart whether they can really send that kid to DSS if he has some relationship with his stepsister or even the kid also. So if he has no relationship, then yeah, it's probably easy for him just to say, hey, screw it. It wouldn't matter to me because I don't know him. I don't know the stepsister really, and I don't know the kid. And so it doesn't. But if you had a relationship with him, then I could see it kind of weighing on your heart, be like, even though I can't afford it, right? There's plenty of parents who have kids they can't afford, right? And they still take on that kid just because they don't want that kid to go in the system. So
I damn sure couldn't
I
afford
can't
mine when I
afford
had
them.
them.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's hard affording these kids. Shoot, especially when they get in these extracurricular activities, boy. That's extra gas, extra food. But I mean, like you said, it speaks to your heart if you can do it. He's not financially able to do it. And somebody said in the comments, why should he struggle to raise a child that's not his?
But my thing is,
We don't know in totality what their financial situation is. I just know child care alone is when my son was in child care, what, 3-4 years ago? Oh, that was over $200 something a week.
but you know what you can do, what they can do to that 20-year-old if she takes custody of that 20-year. I mean, if he take custody of that kid, he can send the mom to child support. You know, he can go to court and force the mom to pay child support.
No, we talking about the same lady that left the child in the house alone, the 2-year-old.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen.
You
You're
think
not getting that money.
you think she's gonna be responsible enough to pay child support?
Go
And
after the daddy.
what are you gonna get? But what are you gonna get?
I would, but see, my thing is now, me personally, I would go after the mama and the daddy. I'm going after both of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the money. I'm gonna take the kid because, man, putting the kid into foster care, man, that's tough, man. One of our classmates, man, she do. Sylvia do a lot of stuff with foster kids. I be reading on her Facebook page on how she pick up kids or whatever. They send them to her all times of night, you know, as emergency placement and stuff like that, man. That foster care system, man. I wouldn't want to put no kid in it if I could do something. And I know it's a financial burden, man. I don't even like kids, man. You know, most of the time I'm fuck them kids too. I just like my kid. That's all. But
now if it was me, I would say take the kid. But you probably need to give them up because they gonna have a better chance at life. Growing up with your ass.
Hey man, but seriously, it does tug on your heartstrings. I worked in an emergency placement shelter up in Greenville when I was up there, man, and it's tough. Some of the situations you hear, and even some of the situations you hear in foster care, you know what I'm saying, can be tough. But it's just tough to say that he's wrong for feeling the way he feels.
No, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong at all. I mean, like if you do it, hey, great job. You know, you get a star. You know, get a little sticker or whatever. Great job. And then it's gonna be a thankless job too, because I mean, you doing all this, and it's gonna be problems and troubles and struggles and trials and tribulations and all that come with that. You know, with this kid now. But you
ain't no more family
you ain't
vacation.
get no credit. You ain't get no credit for it though. So I mean, you got to be ready for that. And so
now,
if you ain't, then don't do it.
Here go the thing ain't none of y'all looking at too. Now, this another thing ain't none of y'all looking at. First, I need to know who the father is. And you know who the mother is. I need to know who the father is. I want to get height and weight on both of them. If the daddy 6'4" and the mama 5'10", I'm taking the kid. I ain't even gonna ask no
Man,
questions.
look,
I'm taking the kid. If the daddy 6'4" and the mama 5'10", I'm taking the kid, and I'm seeing that as an investment. That's an investment. That kid is gonna be an investment. Uncle Sly is gonna take care of the kid. We gonna invest money into the
You gonna
kid.
make sure he goes to the league. Huh?
He going somewhere. He going some way, man. That's an investment. You don't get rid of, man. How mad you think LeBron James daddy is right now? How mad you think he is, man? You know, and the best athletes come from the struggle anyway. He might, he might need the struggle being poor. He could be the greatest athlete in the world, and you letting him go, man. No, man. Hey, man. Hey, I just can't. I can't give him up, man. I don't know.
boy,
I
you
don't know, man.
crazy.
Hopefully, nobody ever is in that situation that we know. But
Mhm.
when it gets to nut cutting time, we'll see. You
Hey,
say that
man.
now.
Bruh, but they sitting up here, something is wrong with Sly. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm a realist, man. I am a realist, and that is an investment, man. You got to look, man. My son is my retirement plan. Fuck saving money today. My son, my retirement plan. I'm gonna spend all my money today. Let my son take care of me when I get old. I don't know my retirement. Sometimes I look at that motherfucker and I be like, God damn, boy, I'm gonna work forever.
You know, your own.
I'm gonna work forever.
Hey
But
man, listen, that's what I call my son the retirement plan.
in my retirement plan,
That's
I'm
it,
telling you.
boy. I'm looking at the way these NIL deals going,
Shit,
and the way
yeah.
he doing in track and baseball right now. Boy, that's my investment, Sly. Out there, $100 and something cleats, and just bought him a two. Ran one track meet, came back, the cleats was on his toe, had to go and get a brand new pair. I said, boy, look here now. Gonna be
Hey,
out there running barefoot like the Flintstones in a minute.
hey, shit.
Black people, hey, black people run faster with their shoes off anyway.
That's how them Jamaicans do. That's what Usain Bolt said. He grew up running barefoot. So, hey, it worked out for him. And Terrell talking about Joe
Yeah,
Jackson,
there you
looking
go.
at Joe Jackson face. Hey, now that I'm older, I wish I had about 6, 7 kids when I was in my 20s. I wish I would have. I would had me a Showfire band. I would have been
Hey,
Joe Jackson for real. Y'all better hit
hey,
these notes.
hey,
I'm
Sly,
gonna
you talking about taking the kid just because he might make it to the league. You see what light skinned Q daughter said. He said his daughter said she gonna put him in a home. He
See,
going to the nursing home, buddy.
It's real though,
Gotta
man.
be careful.
Hey, don't feel no obligation to take care of us. They're like, hey, I got out the house. You get it how you live.
Hey, Jawan say we need to speak for ourselves. Say his 3 princesses gonna take care of him because he set the standard high.
I
hey,
got 3 girls. One of them got to take care of
the
one of
girl,
them.
see, you got a better shot with girls. You got a better shot with girls taking care.
Chan's
Girls
got
love
2 and
that.
he 0 for 2. Yeah, Chan's 0 for 2. They both gonna put him in a home. They might keep T around, but Chan's definitely going.
They like me a little bit.
But you know what
Just
though?
not
But you
enough,
know,
hey Chan, just not enough to put you in that home.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be like I got a room for you, pops.
Yeah,
you,
they gonna
you,
make sure you
Gonna
taken
see you
care of.
muscle money.
you know what though? Putting it. Some of these retirement communities
Oh
ain't too
Lord.
bad, man. You know, some of these retirement communities, man, they have like I know it's like Sun Valley or whatever. They have all these nice houses and they have these golf courses and stuff. And some of these most of these retirement communities, they like walking orgies, man. These motherfuckers, these old people out here with motherfucking Blue Chew and KY jelly going crazy in these old folk homes, man. I don't know, man. They might want to put me in an old folk home, get my loving on in my late years.
Hey, I went and visited my 2nd and 3rd grade teacher at at her nursing home. Shoot. Well, that's a castle in there, boy. The kitchen was pumping, the food was looking good, and at 4 o'clock they have wine time. It might not be too bad. It might not be too bad to go.
It's like the club every day, huh?
Ain't it? Yeah,
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
Aaron talking about y'all gonna master P your
Slide.
kids. Goddamn right I am. Yes,
Say
sir.
what? Say it again.
He said you gonna master P your kids. Goddamn right I am. Goddamn right. That ain't your money, that's our money, son. We earned that. we earned that one.
Hey boy, all I know is it better pay off all this I'm doing with helping him learn to read so he don't read like Chance. And his finger like, hey, Ron.
I was like, Mama said, my mama said.
The cat can run. The dog can too.
Hey, y'all remember Martin when he was like, Mary had
A little
little lamb.
Hey, that's that colonial education.
That was only technical difficulties that I couldn't read that. Yeah. Hey, you went to the same school I went to, bro.
Hey,
Yeah, but see,
I took Miss Stover. She taught us how to read.
I'm talking about Aaron.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you. I know I don't read with my finger.
Aaron was skipping Miss Stover class.
At a lit lamp.
Little lamb.
He had a lamb.
Oh shit! Talking about Chance Mayweather. Can't read Cat in the Hat.
Oh Lordy, man. But check this out, man. We still got to answer this man got doggone question, man. Is he right or is he wrong, man? Everybody go, man. What you think, Chance? Is the man right or is he wrong?
I don't think you can be right or wrong in this situation, but I think if he don't want to do it, he right. If you ain't gonna put your all into it, don't do it, man. Because that kid gonna suffer because you always gonna feel some type of way about it. So if that's not what you want to do, don't do it. But other people feel other ways. So I mean, they might have to find somebody else.
What about you, JK?
Yeah, no, that's not his obligation. But like I said, it depends on the person. It's just not his obligation. He shouldn't feel bad either way. Just do what makes you where you can sleep at night. If you can sleep at night knowing that their kid is in foster care, that's fine. But if you can't sleep at night, you're gonna be tossing and turning, wishing that you had taken that kid over. Then you should grab that kid. So
LBZ.
You won't know that until you let them go to foster care. So
it's too late.
Give them a 6-month trial.
See how it work out. What about you, LBZ? You right or wrong?
I don't want no more kids. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else. No, he ain't wrong, man. To be real with him, he's not wrong. I kind of feel the same way Jawan feels. It's whatever your heart tells you to do, man. If your heart says that you don't want to do it, or if your heart says do it, follow your heart, man, and see what happens. But as for me, get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, man. Just looking at the comments, man. Natalie say he's right, but he's between a rock and a hard place. Aaron saying if you got to ask the question, you wrong. I
don't know about that. You have to think about it. You just don't make a rash decision and say, well, yeah, let him go. You have to think about it because, like you said, don't nobody want to see no child suffer. You know what I'm saying? Even though he cheated on his mom with this young lady's mom, and she was the home wrecker, and she's not taking care of the child, and the dad is obviously nowhere around. I think you have to think about it, but you just have to make a decision that's best for you and your kid, you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
And when 60 get to be like, all right, I can't take care of no kids no more. That ain't that old.
Yeah, I mean,
I push back on them.
60 taking care of 2-year-old, man. I don't know. That it depends on the 60. You know what I'm saying? Depends on how they live their life. That some 60 is a bad 60, some 60 is a good 60.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. And Stacy said, can't say that ain't his blood of it's his daddy child. That should be if it's his daddy child. But in the letter, you can clearly see that the kid, they said the kid, the stepsister just came along when he left. So I'm guessing, the stepsister came with the stepmom, with his dad's wife. He don't even call her stepmom. He say my dad's wife. So yeah, that definitely.
They have no relationship. They have no connection.
That definitely ain't his blood. That definitely ain't his blood at all, man. So if I get how you feel, I get how you feel, and you know, you're not wrong, but you ain't right. If that make any sense. And I feel you ain't right by denying that child
You talking
because
about morally?
No,
Morally,
morally.
okay. You say he ain't wrong, but he ain't right. But okay, if this was his cousin kid or anything like that, he got to take him.
No, I mean you ain't gotta take nobody.
I'm saying, so you saying he ain't right?
Yeah,
That's
he ain't.
the same thing. That ain't even his real sister.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ain't like it.
Yeah, and it's obvious by when you saying when you call somebody your stepsister, and you make that a point, and you notice he made that last couple of sentences. He made a point to show that this wasn't my blood, that I don't really fuck with her. You know, I was in high school when she came. You know, I didn't meet her till I was in high school. So he's making a point that they not close or what anything like that. That's not his blood, but it still is your family technically. It's still, and a lot of times, man, blood don't make you family. I'm gonna be honest, blood don't make you family. A lot of times, you know, you family and you not even blood. But he just he's not wrong. But I wish he would seriously consider it. Him and his wife would seriously consider it, because putting a kid in foster care, a kid going to foster care, that is tough. And at 2 years old, man, you don't know what type of abuse come up with that, man. All the shit that, because you in foster care, obviously nobody really care about you, so you don't know what the abuse is gonna happen to you.
Well, last point on this, and I think JK can appreciate this. Even if he really want to do it, he got to make sure his wife is willing to do it. If she ain't willing to do it, it ain't happening.
Hey, Sly. I feel like you throwing shade to me and Sly, like JK can like, because we ain't married. We done been married before.
I know his wife will smack him upside the head and be like,
well, yeah, you can't make a decision without two. Yeah,
right.
Well, y'all can't, because y'all not the real men in y'all household. Me, if I say something, it go, goddamn.
His is still married, right?
The president will say is present in the meeting right now.
Hey, Javon, i.e., when you check divorce, they check marriage.
It's like talk about that drug you want to, but I'm pretty sure you may be in the same situation in the future. So mess around and get beside yourself. I know.
Hey, Shaman, you right, dog. You right, dog. It's Chance on fire tonight. He throwing all kind of shots out tonight.
Yeah, he throwing shots, man. He throwing shots. Leon talking about. See, he don't know that bad. See, Leon, I can't take Leon questions. I can't take Leon comments on children seriously, because he new to the whole team daddy. You know, daddy gang. He new to it. See, his opinion is gonna change. He gonna be like, once he start playing with the baby and the baby can play back, his whole opinion gonna change, man. Leon gonna be a sucker. He got a daughter too. I already know it. He gonna be a sucker.
Well, that ain't gonna be fair to judge Leon like that, because they always gonna see eye to eye.
Yeah, they go. Yeah, that is right. The baby might be a little bit taller than him next month, though.
I'm just talking about right now.
Oh yeah, right now you're right. Right now they're gonna see eye to eye. Right now. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. To our letter writer, man. Once again, everybody says you aren't wrong. You aren't wrong. That's the common denominator. You aren't wrong. But me personally, I would encourage you to think about it. You know, talk it over. I talk a lot of shit, but definitely talk it over with your wife. Try to have some talking with your stepsister. Try to figure out why she's not a good mom. Why is she full of shit? You know, why is she fucking up? You know, maybe, you know, tell your parents, instead of you wanting me to take this kid, why don't you let the daughter move back in with you and y'all help out? You know what I'm saying? You won't have to raise it if the daughter living with you. You know, shit, you probably will. It depends on how shitty the daughter is. We don't know how shitty the daughter is, but apparently she got to be pretty shitty if she about to lose the kid to DSS.
Probably got some slime.
Well, I don't know about Sly. One thing you can say a lot about Sly, but Sly good daddy.
Sly love the kid.
Sly love the kids. I was voted father of the year 11 years. 11 years. I was voted father of the year. My son 14. I had 3 bad years. I ain't gonna lie. I had three years I shouldn't have won. I saw one year I saw Montreal buy his kid a car. I said, man, yeah, I ain't ready for that one yet. You can get it. You can get it. You ain't tripping, bro. I told Trail he can have it that year because he brought the car. I ain't brought the car. But yeah, man, Sly father of the year, 11 years running. So
and the other 3, you was a candidate.
I was a candidate.
He father of the year in his house.
That's all that. Hey, that's all matters, baby.
Hey, I got a T-shirt and a mug. Do you? Do you? You don't have a T-shirt nor a mug.
I just got a little certificate that I hand wrote myself.
Matter of fact, I got a macaroni plate somewhere to say I'm the man. You ain't got one of them, Jack. You ain't got a macaroni plate, Jack. So now, check this, man. We talk about macaroni plates, but that's going old school, man. Old school. Yeah, you fucking hilarious, bro. Our comment section might be worse than the comment section in real life, man.
Hey, all I'm gonna tell our listeners is be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. Please be careful what you say, because behind the scenes, we be roasting you sometimes. So just be careful. Everybody ain't meant to comment on everything. But we love our people, though. We love our people.
Hey, Ron, talking about Leon and the baby weigh the same size onesie. Come on now.
Yeah, during Christmas time.
Come on. All right, man. Let's straighten up tight, man. Straighten up tight. It's about that time.
That's true, Jawan. That's true. That's about the best. That's about the best thing that happened.
It's about that time, man. It is that time. Every week, man. Every week we like to take a trip down the 90s block, man. We like to walk down the 90s block. And when we walk down the 90s block, we talk about some stuff that happened in the 90s. And you got to choose one. Shut up, AA Ron. You got to choose something in the 90s. And this week, in honor of the playoffs and football season, we want to talk about who was the best team of the 90s, or who was your favorite team of the 90s. And we got it down to some Super Bowl champion NFL team. Unless we talking about girls basketball. About the only winners we had. Let me add girls basketball. But shout out to Teresa Jeter, and shout out to Angelina Gordon. As always, we always praise Angelina Gordon on this
shout
show.
out to Mira Murray and LaQuinta English too, Courtney Wilson.
Yeah.
98, throw 98 in there too. We ready too.
Juwan said if we had a little more playing time, we'd have won championship in basketball.
Yeah, Juwan was making sure the towels was in order and make sure everybody got their water that came off. Juwan was the hype man.
Look, if we went down the bench and everybody played, we could have pressed the whole game.
Yeah.
Hey, we just talked about that, Chad.
Wait, Curlo at Curlo. You listen to the show. That's gonna be the.
I just talked to Coach Curlo. Don't do my dog like that. Moving on. 90s block. What's the 90s block? What's the 90s block?
Hold on.
What's the 90s block? All right,
one of A-Rod classmates though. He one of A-Rod classmates was Mr. Angry Man toward Curlo. He sent Curlo a 4-page letter about why he hated Curlo. One of A-Rod classmates. But that's a whole other story. We on the 90s block, man. You're right. We on the 90s block. We gonna talk about the best football teams of the 90s. And who do we have? We had the Dallas Cowboys. They won 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. We had the Denver Broncos. They won the last 2 Super Bowls of the 90s. And you also have the San Francisco 49ers. They won 2 Super Bowls in the 90s. So who do you think was the best football team or your favorite football team in the 90s?
Favorite and best. My favorite, of course, was Buffalo, but the best I would say had to be Dallas, man. Those runs and where Jimmy Johnson had, and then when Barry Switzer came on, that was pretty good, man. But Jerry Rice and them wasn't no slouches either.
Buffalo was like the biggest losers of the 90s.
Yeah,
The
you had the
big
big
Was it 3 in a row, 4 in a row?
4 in
it
a
was
row.
4 in a row, and Sly still got the biggest titties of the 90s. So
Hey, don't get mad at me because you rocking a loser hat.
hey, you rocked the loser all your high school and college career. So we
Hey,
easy.
check this out. How many Super Bowl we got compared to what Buffalo got? Now, how many Super
You ain't
Bowl
got you got
them
zero,
Redskins? You got zero.
and
Hey,
I got zero.
they won
So
1 or
then
2
you
in the
slide.
90s too. They won 1 in the 90s.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
Sly,
Redskins
look.
at least won in the
Hey,
90s.
Sly, but look, we got 0 and 0. How many state championships you got?
Zero. How many
How
you
many
got?
I got? So what we talking about?
Hey, at least we cheer. Hey, at least I cheer for a winner. You don't cheer for a winner. All right, let's get back on track, man. Get back on
That's
track,
the
man.
last time you went to the playoffs.
Who was we went last year. We went
No, you
last year.
didn't.
We should have.
Oh Lord, go ahead, man. I'm messing with you.
Yeah, who damn,
Yeah,
I say the
Favorite,
49ers.
you got to go to Cowboys. They won the most championships, and they probably had the most fans too.
Yeah, there's
I mean,
it's a
So
lot of
there's a lot of Cowboys fans.
it's a lot of annoying ass Cowboy fans out
But
there.
okay, so if you go by position, you know, they had Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith. Who was their fullback?
Moose Johnson.
Moose Johnson, Michael Irvin, and then the defense was pretty cold. They had a lot of names on there too. So if you go
Charles
by
Haley.
if you go by how many Hall of Famers, superstar people they had, probably the Cowboys. But San Francisco, man, it's tough. You know, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Taylor, Roger Craig. They
Brent
had
Jones.
great defense.
Brent Jones. They had Merton Hanks, Ronnie Lott.
Yeah.
They had
The
Charles
first-
Haley too.
Charles Haley was there.
Mhm.
And then Prime,
it's
Prime was the
close.
defensive player of the year for the
Yeah, it's
Cowboys.
close
I mean,
to
for the.
Prime won one with both. He won back to back.
Mm-hmm.
He
It's
won
close.
with what? He won with the 49ers, then he went and won with Dallas the next year.
It's closer than you think. I may be leaning San Francisco, man.
Hey, Ken Norton was on both too.
Yep, Ken Norton was on both. Ken Norton Jr.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
Yeah,
So it sounds like they just won with each other players.
They just had the most money at the time, so they got all the good folks.
Well, Dallas they ain't have a lot. Well, they had money, but you know they got theirs off of that Herschel Walker trade.
Yep, that Minnesota trade. They
That
built their whole
Minnesota, when they
franchise
got
off
that,
of that
yeah, they
Minnesota
built the
trade.
whole franchise off of that. And I don't feel that Troy Aikman is a Hall of Famer, but we'll get into that another time.
Troy Aikman was just in the right place at the right time.
At the right time, right.
Mhm.
He could throw a slant to Michael Irvin and a post to Alvin Harper.
And he could hand the ball off to
Hand the
him.
ball off. Exactly.
So, but yeah, man.
He
Hey,
was a tad bit better than Chance.
Hey, being able to hand the ball off is a important skill.
That's a lost art in the days. That's why I say he was a tad bit better than you, because they did let him throw 5 slants and 2 posts a game.
oh Lordy, man. Check this, man. Check this. It's been another great episode of the Rip 28 podcast. Hey, we got any parting shots before we get out here? Any parting shots, man? Anything you want to say, Mr. President, El Presidente, before we get out of here?
Just a great show today, fellas. You know, hey, as always, good to have JK on, even though he be sitting in the corner not saying nothing half the time. But we gonna work on that, brother. We gonna work on it. We love you.
I'll be waiting on you to read, man. You know, it take you forever to read with your finger point.
I
I
mean,
don't want to interrupt you, make you start from the beginning again.
Hey, if y'all know I read slow, you gotta adjust to that. That's what we a team for, right? You know, you gotta know our strengths and
You
weaknesses.
read like you done drunk some lean.
We gotta we got to know our strengths and weaknesses, right? That's why we're a team.
Well, you the
But
one who jumped out there and
too quick.
volunteered.
You jumped out there. Hey, I got it. I'm the president.
Hey, like I said, it was only because that we had a little chat box in the way.
When Chance used to read in elementary school, middle school, people were grown. It's his turn to read. They'd be, oh, damn.
Oh, man. Just let me read so we can get it over with.
Oh, Lordy. LBZ, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Man, y'all talked about my bills, but I'm gonna leave on a positive note. After even through the clouds and the rain, get up tomorrow because the sun may shine. So just got to keep going. And when you think it's tough for you, think about others, man. There's always somebody out there that got it worse than you. So don't wallow in your pity and have a pity party. Get up, go to work, get better, and do what you got to do, man. That's from BZ to GOAT.
Hey, man, it's been another great episode of the RIP 28 podcast, man. This is a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we keep on talking about them. And I want everybody to know, man, I know it's a nice, oh, wait, my bad. Juwan, you ain't get a pardon shot?
No.
Man,
Oh yeah, I was thinking we forgot to talk about
Man, my bad, bro. What's your pardon shot, man?
Yeah, good to be back, man. Good to talk it up with y'all guys, man. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Just everybody have a good week. You know, get your rest, eat right. You know, it's a lot of viruses and stuff going on out there. I got 2 sick kids at home, so I know. So, but everybody be safe out there.
Drink your ginger tea.
Yeah, that too.
Well,
Good
check
to
this,
see you,
man.
JK, man.
Check this, man. Like I said, man, it's a podcast where a few friends get together. We talk about a few things. Some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we keep on talking about them. Now, I know it's a nice, soft, rainy, romantic day where you want to be with your woman and be with your lover, and y'all might want to go outside and make sweet love in the rain. I want to encourage you to go on out there and make sweet love in the rain. But the thing is, man, if she got a weave, it ain't gonna work out the way you want it to work out. It don't work out in the movies. It'll fuck up her natural if you're making love in the rain with a nappy weave. I'll holla at you. We'll see you next week on the RIP 28 podcast.
You gotta worry about that weed.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. I'm good. I want them to get on up and roll on out.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you into me, hope you understand I am not your enemy.